So here let us learn about the thermodynamic processes. So there are different thermodynamic processes. First I'll discuss about the adiabatic process. Adiabatic process. So adiabatic process is the process where there is a process is carried out, or we can say that there is no transfer of heat, there is no transfer of heat from surrounding to system and vice versa. Means let's talk about this system. See, there is a cylinder. Let's understand that there is a cylinder like this, and this is a cylinder, and this is the lid which is there. This is the lid which is there, which is free moving. Okay, this lid can move freely. If it comes over here, if I push this, it will come over here. It will come over here. This is free moving lid, and here is the reaction mixture. Let's say this is the reaction mixture where gas is present. This is a cylinder. Now this wall which is there, this wall, everything, whole cylinder walls are what? Adiabatic. If cylinder walls are adiabatic. What is the meaning of adiabatic wall? As discussed before, adiabatic walls does not conduct heat, so dq, difference in the heat, dq is difference in heat, is equal to 0. dq is difference in heat, means heat which is there, let's say this is the amount of the heat which you are supplying, although from the surrounding, it is not going to go inside the reaction mixture, right? Means because since this is non-conducting adiabatic wall. So now if I ask you one question over here, if I expand this, if I get this lid from this position, okay, I'll keep this over here only, I'll draw a new diagram. This is V initial, this volume from here to here is V initial. Now I expand this, walls are same, I am getting the lid over here. The same reaction mixture, amount is same, and this is my new volume V final. What will happen to the temperature which is there inside this? Temperature of the system, is it going to fall or it is going to increase? So here there will be fall of the temperature, Why there is a fall of temperature of the system? Fall of temperature of system. Why? There is, since there is an expansion, there are more freedom for the particles to get distributed throughout the cylinder, and what happens? And there is no extra heat to maintain that temperature. This should absorb some amount of the heat. That is not happening because walls are adiabatic. So what is the adiabatic process? There is no transfer of heat from the surrounding to system and vice versa. This is one point. So boundary is adiabatic wall, adiabatic walls is there. So boundary, second point you can write about this boundary. Boundary means what? Whole cylinder boundary is adiabatic. This is the second point you can write. Then third point, in adiabatic process, now this is about the expansion, temperature is falling. If I compress this, temperature is going to increase in an adiabatic process. So what we can say is that in adiabatic process there is change in temperature, So this is first process which we have learned, which is adiabatic, and these are the important points you should be knowing about the adiabatic process. Next is isothermal process. I will not clean this diagram, you may draw it again. Second is a isothermal process. Thermodynamic, I will write TD for thermodynamic. Thermodynamic process carried out at constant temperature, means with expansion. And over here the main point, walls of system are diathermic. Diathermic means what? It is conducting walls. Now just imagine, these walls are no more adiabatic now. It is, these walls are conducting walls. Means what happens over here? Even if there is an increase, let's say there is an increase in the volume, temperature should fall. But since these walls are conducting, what will happen? Some heat will getting transferred inside and it will maintain the temperature. When the temperature initially also, let's say when this was the situation, the temperature, let's say it is 40 degrees Celsius, and when there is an expansion, the temperature should fall if the wall is adiabatic. But here walls are conducting, so even if the, let's say that as of now there is no transfer of the heat, only expansion is taking place, so temperature will fall from, let's say, 40 degree to 30 degree Celsius. But since walls are conducting, some of the heat will be getting transferred and it is increasing the temperature again, and the temperature will become 40 degrees Celsius. When the temperature of the system is constant, the process is carried out at a constant temperature, it is called as a isothermal process. So this is thermodynamic process carried out at a constant temperature. Means second point, delta T is equal to 0. Boundary are what? Okay, this is second point. Walls of the system are diathermic or conducting. This is the fourth point. What happens? There is a heat exchange. There is heat exchange with surrounding. This is the fourth point which you should remember. So heat will be getting exchanged and the temperature of the system is going to remain constant. Next is isobaric process. Third is isobaric process. dP is equal to 0. Means this is isobaric process, means pressure of the system remains constant. Pressure of the system remains constant. Means there is no change in pressure. dP is a small change in a pressure. What is dP over here? That is small change in pressure. This is the isobaric process. And fourth is isochoric process. Isochoric process. dV, a small change in volume, is equal to 0. So here in this process, volume of the system remains constant. What is dV? dV is small change in volume, small change in volume. So isobaric, isochoric, isothermal and the adiabatic. These four processes are very important from the thermodynamic point of view. There are more processes like cyclic and all. We can learn that. We'll take one example. Over here and we'll illustrate these processes. Let's understand this. Describe the processes of each path over here. Means what kind of process is this? So first we'll mark over here in the question they have given ABF is at temperature T1. Means temperature of this is T1, this is also T1, and this is also T1. Means these points are at temperature T1. And what about CDE? These are at temperature T2. This is at temperature T2. And also they have mentioned is T1 is greater than T2. Let's describe first AB. So process AB. From A to B, if you see what is changing, volume is changing, right? Volume is changing. And what is constant? At all these points, the pressure is same. This is the pressure axis. At every point, the pressure is same. So what I can say is that it is isobaric process. Isobaric process. And what else is constant? Temperature is also constant, T1, and here also it is T1. So it is isobaric as well as isothermal. Now from B to C, what is changing? Temperature is changing, right? T1, it is not a isothermal. What is changing? The volume is also changing. Initially the volume was this much, and after at point C, this is the volume. Pressure is also changing. Initially the pressure is this much, after this pressure is changing. But what you see is that the temperature is falling. Why I am saying the temperature is falling? It is T1 to T2. T1 is greater and T2 is smaller. So from here to here there is an expansion. Which is that process with expansion temperature falls? It is an adiabatic process, right? So adiabatic process, how to identify is that I will just write adiabatic. Temperature decreases with expansion in adiabatic process, and it is increases with compression, right? So this is adiabatic process from B to C. Then from C to D, the process CD is from here. This is the volume. For this point, this is the volume. What is changing from here to here? Pressure is changing. Only volume is not changing. So this is isochoric process. Isochoric, and T2 and T2 temperature is also same. So this is also isothermal. From this to this, D to E. From D to E or a DE process is what? Pressure is constant, right? Here is this pressure, and here also it is the same pressure, right? So it is isobaric, and temperature is also constant. So I will say this is isothermal. From here to here it is a compression, volume is changing and temperature is falling from T2 to T1. T2 is less, right? So what is this? With compression temperature falls. So E to F, it is again adiabatic process. So this is the illustration of whole this, and altogether this is called as a cyclic process. From A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to E, E to F, and F to A coming back is a cyclic process. So this is the whole illustration of the required concept of the different thermodynamic processes.